What's up, guys? Ian here, coach of your Ladner Lanturn, bringing you guys our Week 6 team builder for the DnD or Dunsparces and Dragonites. This week we are taking on Berry Eternal and the NAC Breloom. I wish I knew what the NAC stood for, but that's fine. Let's run through his team really quickly here. He has Keldeo, Mega Gallade, Incineroar, Diancie, Sandslash, Necrozma, Staraptor, Sceptile, Heliolisk, Quillfish, and Drampa. He has Priority in Gallade with Shadow Sneak and Staraptor with Quick Attack. He has Hazards in Diancie with Stealth Rock, Sandslash with Stealth Rock, Necrozma with Stealth Rock, and Quillfish with Toxic Spikes. He has Hazard Removal in Sandslash with Rapid Spin, Staraptor with Defog, and Drampa with Defog. And he has one 4x weakness in Diancie to Steel that we will not be abusing. I'm expecting Keldeo, Mega Gallade, Necrozma, Staraptor, Heliolisk, and Quillfish. I think those all make a lot of sense against my team. Quillfish can kind of... Well, Quillfish doesn't have a great matchup by itself. It can come in and intimidate something. Primate might have been okay this match with like an Adrenaline Orb, but I decided not to go with it, as you can see on my screen. I think Incineroar has an okay matchup, but it gets kind of destroyed by things like Mega Medicham, and it's really slow. I think Diancie has an okay matchup, but again, it's really slow. I think Sceptile has a really bad matchup, and he wouldn't bring it. And if he does, then I'm going to abuse the fact that he brought Sceptile. And I think Drampa is just a bad Pokemon, and he shouldn't even have it on his team. So yeah, that's cool. Let's run through my team quickly here then. We are starting off boring like I always do and get to the exciting stuff later. This is our Zapdos Hawkeye, which doesn't have any EVs. I just realized that we have no EVs. We're supposed to be specially defensive, so that's fine. We'll just run with that set, because we are supposed to be specially defensive. We're supposed to be able to eat secret swords and stuff. Well, physically defensive for secret swords, but especially defensive, take on the Necrozma a little bit better. We're already gonna take on this Raptor well, anyways, and hopefully that's enough. Sorry. Discharge to get some paralysis spread. It'd be really nice to paralyze things like the Necrozma and the Gallade. Defog for getting rid of his hazards that he's going to set up. Roost for some recovery, and I'm running Light Screen just in case I can set up on the Necrozma with something later. Reflect might be a little bit better now that I'm thinking about it against this team, so actually yeah, we're going to run Reflect over Light Screen. But I do want to screen in that last slot. Next up is Alamomola, running physically defensive Alamomola, this time with a Rocky Helmet. We can take on the Staraptor really well. We have Toxic in case he switches into like Necrozma to try to set up on me. Wish Protects, Spam, Scald. Pretty standard, max HP, max defense. Our wishes are going to be pretty huge. Next up is Flinched, our Togekiss. We're bringing a Scarf Togekiss again with Air Slash, Thunder Wave, Baton Pass, and Aura Sphere. So the idea is he literally has two flying resist, and it's Diancie and Heliolisk. Heliolisk is not going to want to take an Air Slash anyways. Aura Sphere is going to hit the Diancie neutrally, and it's going to hit the Heliolisk super effectively, so that's what we have Aura Sphere there for. Thunder Wave is just to slow down his team, especially if I can like get a Thunder Wave off on the Gallade, maybe, if I'm about to die. Thunder Waving the Keldeo would be really nice, Thunder Waving the Staraptor would be really nice. Thunder Waving the Necrozma would be okay. I'd rather Toxic that thing. He does have a Cleric in Diancie, so he could bring Heal Bell, and that might be bad. We're running Baton Pass just to get some momentum. If he switches into his check for Togekiss, then I can Baton Pass out. We're running out of speed on there with our Scarf. Sorry. We're running out of speed on there with our Scarf to outspeed Mega Gallade. A max speed Mega Gallade. We can't really do much other than that. I could have speed crept like the Necrozma, but I think if he's running Necrozma, he's going to run like Rock Polish anyways. Sorry, if he's running speed on Necrozma, he's going to be running Rock Polish anyways, which I can't outstrip. Max Special Attack Modest means we're going to be hitting really, really hard, and the rest in HP. It's really good bulk, well, it's decent bulk for Togekiss. It means we're going to take a hit relatively well compared to something else, especially because we're modest. We're getting a lot more out of our stats than if I had to run Timid. Next up is another Breaker in Zygarde 10%. We're running Banded Zygarde 10 because it kind of tears through his team. He really only has one switch in Sceptile to 1,000 arrows, and Sceptile is setup fodder for things that you'll see later. So we have 1,000 Arrows, Outrage, Extreme Speed, and Crunch. Crunch is there for the Necrozma because it's my best way to hit that if it's physically defensive. Once Deante's dead, I can click Outrage if I want. It's going to do quite a bit of damage to everything anyways. It'll do more than 1,000 Arrows will at the very least. And Extreme Speed is there if I need to save this for late game, just pick something off with priority. Excuse me, because Extreme Speed will out-prioritize everything on his team. All the priority on his team, it out-prioritizes. Max Speed. Jolly lets us speed tie with Mega Delayed. We're running Max Attack as well. Get a lot out of our attack stat, and I just popped the last 4 into Spit F. Next up is Mega Medicham. We're running Psycho Cut, High Jump Kick, Toxic Fake Out. Fake Out's some good priority, again, out-prioritizes his whole team. Psycho Cut is there because I don't want to miss Send Headbutt this week. And Showdown still has broken crit multipliers, so... Sorry, broke crit chance on Showdown, at least while I'm filming this Teambuilder. So I decided to go with Psycho Cut this week over Zen Headbutt. Even though Zen Headbutt will hit a little bit harder, Psycho Cut's going to do the same to Quillfish and Keldeo anyways, which is kind of what it's there for. In case I didn't want to miss High Jump Kick as well. So that's the idea there. We can't really hit Necrozma well because Medicham doesn't get dark coverage. It gets like Shadow Ball, but its special attack stat is awful anyways. So we have Toxic there from the Necrozma, which I would imagine is his switch into this thing. Besides that, Mega Medicham kind of tears his team a new one. And I have Fake Out there again to out-prioritize his whole team. If I need to bring in Mega Medicham to get a kill with Fake Out, I might be able to. Like, it does a lot of damage because Mega Medicham is so powerful. And last but not least, we kind of have our late-game sweeper, or mid-game sweeper, whatever I want to do with it, is Scolipede, Seabed Power. We're bringing Beginium Z this week, just to be able to just, like, smash the Necrozma if it switches in. I don't know if he would want to switch Necrozma in on this thing, but guaranteeing a Mega Horn hit on that kind of just wins the game for me, because at least Mega Medicham can sweep from there. SD, Mega Horn, Earthquake, and Rock Slide. Rock Slide's there for the Staraptor, because it's going to eat a Mega Horn pretty well, even at +2. Earthquake is there to be able to hit things that resist Mega Horn. Diancie, Quillfish. That's pretty much it. Incineroar's not going to want to take a Mega Horn either. We're running enough speed on here to outspeed the Heliolisk, and then we would be able to outstrip his entire team after 1 speed boost. Max Attack, rest into Special Defense actually instead of HP, because it helps us take things like a Photon Geyser a little bit better behind a screen. Oh, we're not running the light screen. Well, you get the idea. We're going to take things like a Thunderbolt a little bit better than if we were invested in HP. We're not taking a Brave Bird regardless. Excuse me. Or a Flare Blitz, so I'm not putting the defensive investment in. Yeah, so that's Scolipede. I also forgot to talk, Mega Medicham is speed tying Staraptor with this speed. And I think that's pretty much it. So yeah, that's our team. I'm hoping that Scolipede can pick up the dub for us. We've got some breakers here to be able to just like whittle his team down a little bit for Scolipede to sort of like pick off things later. I'm hoping that I don't even need to be in the position to set up a Sword Stance. But if I do have to set up a Sword Stance, there's not a lot that I can do it on. So I'm really hoping that, yeah, that's the case. Mega Medicham needs to be able to punch some holes this week. Last week it didn't have to because Ferrothorn put in the work, but that's the idea. And I need my walls to be able to switch into some stuff. So that's kind of cool. Anyways, yeah, that's the team. We take on Berry Eternal in the NAC Breloom, and I will catch you guys for the match.